Welcome to this deep dive, everyone. And specifically, welcome to the 14th episode of LEWS podcast. Today, we're setting off on, well, a journey into something really empowering if you love to travel. Essential English phrases. Our mission here is pretty straightforward. Give you a practical toolkit. Key phrases. Think of it like your shortcut to feeling more confident, more ready for your next trip. Doesn't matter where you're going. And here's the great part. You really don't need to be perfect. Just practical.
Exactly. And what's fascinating, and maybe easy to miss, is why this is so vital right now. English, well, it's really become the global language for tourism, hasn't it? You'll just find it everywhere. Airports, hotels, even road signs sometimes is that common thread. And if you think about it, knowing just a few basic phrases, it can make a huge difference for your safety, your convenience. It's like your first line of defense if something unexpected happens, helps you get help, understand directions. Plus, it just makes the whole experience richer. You can connect a bit more with locals, other travelers. Even a simple hello or thank you can change an interaction, make it more memorable.
That's a really great way to frame it. I think many of us have felt that moment, where you just wish you knew one more phrase to connect or just solve a tiny problem. So, okay, let's unpack this then. Imagine we're building your essential travel English toolkit together. We'll start right at the beginning. Those crucial first impressions, first things first, greetings. And just being polite. These words seem small, maybe obvious. Hello, hi, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and of course, please and thank you.
Absolutely essential.
Yeah, but the impact is huge, isn't it? They're not just words, they're like keys. They signal respect right away. People are usually much more willing to help you then.
It sets a positive tone immediately. And here's where one word becomes incredibly interesting. Really versatile. Excuse me. It's not just polite. It's like a Swiss Army knife for travelers.
Okay.
It has three main jobs you really need to get. First, the common one.
Right.
Saying sorry politely, you bump into someone, you interrupt, excuse me, like a soft apology.
Right.
Second, it's how you get someone's attention nicely. A waiter, shop staff, someone you need to pass. And third, this one's key but less obvious, you can say, excuse me, with a rising tone, like a question. That means, could you repeat that if you didn't hear or understand?
Oh, that's clever.
Yeah. It signals you need clarification without feeling awkward. It's a lifesaver, honestly. So useful.
That triple duty, excuse me, that's gold. I bet a lot of people just use it for apologies. Okay, so we're armed with politeness. The journey often kicks off at the airport. And for many people, that's the first big English-speaking zone they hit. Can feel a bit overwhelming.
It can, yeah. But knowing some key words makes it much easier to navigate. So for airports and flying, there's some core vocabulary you'll see and hear over and over. Words like ticket, your passport, of course, your boarding pass, the check-in counter, your gate number, the terminal building itself, your luggage or baggage.
Is there a difference there? Luggage, baggage.
Good question. Often used interchangeably, but technically luggage is more general, like all your bags. Baggage often refers to the specific bags you check in. Slight difference.
Okay, got it.
And then there's customs and immigration. Knowing these terms is basically like having a map.
Right. And once you know the nouns, you need the verbs, the phrases to use them. You're standing there. You need to ask, where's the check-in counter? Or which gate is my flight departing from? Maybe on the plane. Can I have a window seat, please? Simple, polite.
Exactly.
It's also useful to know, is my flight delayed? Checking the boards. And at security, that common question, do I need to remove liquids at security?
Knowing these just smooths out the start of your trip. Less stress.
Okay, so you've landed. Got through the airport maze, maybe even found your bags. Next challenge, getting around.
Yeah.
Ground transport, trains, buses, taxis. That's next.
Right. And for that, you've got another set of useful words. For trains, you need to know the platform.
Yeah.
That's where you wait. You'll need the fare, the cost, and obviously a ticket.
Single or return?
Good point.
Yeah.
Specify single, meaning one way, or return, meaning round trip. Sometimes in the U.S., they'll just say round trip.
Okay.
You look for the train station, a bus stop, or a taxi stand. These words are your compass for getting around the city.
And with that vocabulary, here are the phrases that actually get you moving. On a train, does this train go to your destination? Super direct. For a bus, how often does the bus run? Useful for planning.
Definitely.
Paying for anything. How much is the fare? Always good to check. Need help with bags. Could you help me with my luggage? Polite ass.
Often works.
And, uh-oh, you missed your stop. Happens to the best of us. I missed my stop. Could you let me know the next one?
Turns panic into just a small detour.
Exactly. These phrases are like having a little local guide in your head, right? So after all that traveling and finding your way, you need your base, checking into the hotel or your accommodation, your home away from home.
Yeah, your sanctuary. And for hotels, some key words make check-in smooth. You'll talk about your reservation, your booking, get your room key. You need to know if it's a single room or double room.
Single for one, double usually for two.
Typically, yes. The main desk is called reception, or the front desk. And those extras, Wi-Fi, pool, gym, those are called amenities. Good to know it's included.
Okay, so when you walk up, the standard phrase is, I have a reservation under your name.
Yeah, it's a
Then you might want to ask things like, is breakfast included? Or maybe, could I leave my luggage after checkout? Useful for late flights.
very common request.
And, importantly, if something's wrong. Because things do go wrong sometimes, you need to be able to say, the air conditioning isn't working. Or maybe the internet is very slow.
Being clear helps get it fixed faster. Makes your stay better.
Definitely. Okay, now for maybe the most fun part for many travelers. Food, restaurants, cafes. It's not just eating, it's tasting the culture, right?
Absolutely. So for dining, the menu is key. You'll see sections like appetizer, starters, main course, dessert. You interact with a waiter or waitress. Watch out for a service charge on the bill sometimes that replaces the tip.
Ah, good tip.
And if you want to eat it somewhere else, you ask for it to go or take away. Depends where you are. Even if you don't know the dish names, knowing these categories helps you choose.
And knowing the phrases makes it all much easier. Simple start, a table for two, please. Then, can I see the menu? Obvious, but necessary. This next one is so important for safety. I'm allergic to nuts or dairy or whatever it is.
Crucial. Say it early, say it clearly.
Absolutely. When you're done, could I have the bill, please? Or the check sometimes.
Yeah, check in the U.S. often.
You can also ask, is service included? Avoids over-tipping.
Smart.
And for dietary needs, do you have vegetarian options? Or is this dish spicy? Really helpful questions. Empowers you to eat well. Okay, shopping. Whether it's for souvenirs or something you forgot, you'll probably buy something. Knowing a few phrases makes it easy, maybe even fun.
For sure. For shopping, how much is your go-to for price? You'll need to know if they take credit card or if it's cash only. Always good to get a receipt. And for clothes, size and color are fundamental.
And the word souvenir itself, for those mementos.
Right. And what's interesting is sometimes just pointing and asking how much works. Simple words plus gestures.
So picking something up, how much does this cost? Standard question. Before paying, do you accept credit cards? Good to know up front.
Definitely.
Trying on clothes. Can I get this in another size?
Yep.
Very common. And for those trowel snaps, could you take a picture of us, please? Polite and useful.
Don't be shy to ask. Combine it with a smile.
Okay, but sometimes, even with the best map or app, you get turned around. Asking for directions in simple English is, well, it's essential sometimes.
Oh, absolutely. Happens to everyone. So, finding your way. Some key phrases. Where is the restroom? Or where is the bus station? Probably the most asked questions worldwide.
I believe it.
You can also ask, how do I get to the place?
Mm.
If you have a map, can you show me on the map? Super helpful.
Visual aid.
Yeah. And to know the distance. Is it far? How long will it take?
Mm.
And a little tip. Listen for direction words like left, right, straight blocks. Simple cues.
Use gestures too, right? Pointing.
Definitely. Confirm understanding. Gestures are universal.
That's a great point about listening for those key words. But this brings up something really important. What if it's more serious? What if you need urgent help? These phrases aren't just handy, they're, well, critical. Safety net stuff.
Exactly. These are the ones you hope you don't need, but absolutely must know. Just in case. I need help. That's the most basic, vital one. Call the police. Call an ambulance. Direct. Urgent.
Clear.
If something's gone, I've lost my passport. Or my wallet states the problem clearly. Need medical help. Where is the nearest hospital?
Essential. And if you're stressed and can't understand, can you repeat that? I don't understand. Buys you time, asks for clarity. The key here is maybe mentally rehearsing these so they come out even if you're panicking a bit. Your brain needs that quick recall.
That idea of practicing for stress is powerful. And speaking of practical safety, a really important tip, always know the local emergency number. It's 911 in the U.S., 999 in the U.K., but it varies wildly elsewhere.
Yeah, look it up before you go.
Yeah, save it in your phone, write it down, keep it accessible. That one piece of info could be crucial. So, okay, We've journeyed through the typical travel situations, phrase by phrase, but what does this really mean for you, the listener? How do you get better at actually using these, not just knowing them? That's the key question, isn't it? Moving from knowing to doing. There are some really effective ways to practice and get comfortable. First, use tech. Flashcard apps like Anki or Duolingo, focusing on travel phrases, great for drilling.
Yeah.
Second, and this really helps role play, act out the scenarios. Ordering food, checking in. Do it with a friend or just talk to yourself. Sounds silly maybe, but it builds confidence and memory.
Like muscle memory for your mouth.
Exactly. Third, passive learning helps too. Listen to travel vlogs, podcasts, easy English stuff. Get your ear tuned in. And finally, practical tip. Carry a small phrase book or have a list on your phone. Quick reference when you're actually there.
Those are great practice strategies. And when you're actually in the moment speaking, some practical tips can make a big difference then too. First, speak slowly, clearly. Use simple words. No need for fancy sentences.
Keep it simple.
Second, and this is huge, don't be afraid to make mistakes, seriously. Most people appreciate the effort way more than they notice perfect grammar. Mistakes can even be funny, memorable.
Totally agree. Effort counts for a lot.
Third, use, liberally. Remember how useful it is. Polite, versatile. Fourth, if words fail, use gestures. Pointing, miming, even drawing. Communication is the goal, however you get there.
Combine everything you've got.
And finally, embrace the immersion. Talk to people, locals, other travelers, go to markets, cafes, join a tour. That's where the real learning and practice happens, in real life. So, as we kind of wrap up this deep dive, let's circle back to that main message. You really don't need perfect English, just a solid handful of key phrases, enough to travel comfortably, safely, and confidently. Practicality over perfection.
That's it exactly. And practicing often, being willing to interact, that's the secret sauce. It's amazing how far a warm hello or a genuine thank you can go.
Yeah.
They leaves a really positive mark. And thinking bigger picture, those small connections, they can lead to unexpected friendships, deeper insights into the culture, experiences that go way beyond just, getting from A to B.
Absolutely, which leads us to that final thought for you to consider. As you plan your next trip, just pause and think, what doors could just a few simple phrases open for your adventure? Beyond just managing the logistics, what connections, what deeper moments, what unexpected joys might be waiting just by trying to speak? We wish you very happy travels and truly joyful language learning. Until next time, keep exploring the world one phrase at a time.